You know, there's an old Italian saying for times like this. Scappa, tu sei malfortuna.
What does that mean?
Get away from me, you bad luck. I'm gonna pack.
Sophia, wait, isn't there anything we can do to make you stay?
Nothing, my mind's made up. I'm leaving in the morning.
Oh.
Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
Oh, look. I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day.
You know, for the past week, all he's been doing is hanging out at the beach and having a good time. Maybe this job at the Hacienda Hut will get him on the right track again.
Dorothy, you don't want Michael working in a place like the Hacienda Hut. It is full of people just looking for easy sex and cheap thrills. But if it'll help, I could write a letter of recommendation. Rose, all I'm saying is I just want to make sure you're prepared.
Look, I studied that yearbook as hard as you did. Ask me anything.
Okay, I will. What were the school colors?
The brick and a kind of a cementy color between the bricks.
Shut up and play ball, you yuts. False alarm. Never mind. Let's all go to bed. Come on, Angela. You can sleep in my room.
Oh, yeah? Well, want a bit crowded?
Please, in Sicily, we slept 4 in a bed.
Yeah, but there's 6 of us.
I meant just you and me.
Oh, fancy.
Girls.
Kemosabe, I think the world is in heap big trouble.
We have no view.
Oh.
When the revolution comes and the heads of the imperialist swine are impaled on sticks stuck in the sand for the peoples to spit on, you'll be glad you don't got a view.
Every time you say ow, just because I once asked you to move a sofa.
I guess I have no choice. I'm in agony. Did you hear that? Agony, Dorothy.
Sophia, don't worry. You made the right decision. I was going to give you this when you got to the hospital, but I'm too excited. Here's your St. Olaf fun pack.
A bunch. Is everybody thinking what I'm thinking?
That was a really mean thing to say.
As a general rule, Rose, you should not be the first to answer.
Monkeys.
Mm-hmm. The correct answer is C, howler monkeys.
Yes! No, I can't do this. Oh, this isn't who I am. I'm... Sophia, you can speak your mind because you know you're needed around here. But Kirsten has her own family module.
Oh, that does it. Rose, I would never lie about the U.S. space program. Awkward when it comes to my body, huh? No coordination? You want to see your body defy the laws of nature, physics, and Dade County? Dorothy hates me.
Oh, Blanche, that's not true.
Oh, yes, it is. And I hate her right back double. Now, get me some cream.
Morning, Dorothy. Blanche and I were just having some coffee. Would you care to join us?
Frankly, Rose, I would rather use Willie Nelson.
If I'm married again, I'd want a picture of my new husband. And the candlesticks Mama gave me.
Rose,
and
it's a coffin, not a condo.
This is a very depressing conversation.
Well, I want a fancy funeral. I want a big parade with a riderless horse.
I have to agree with Blanche on this one. Half the fun is in getting there. And boy, did your father and I have fun trying for you.
No, I don't think I want to hear this.
I wasn't going to tell you until you're 60, but I think you can handle it now. You lived in New York.
Well, Rose, isn't that sweet? And I do love you for it, honey, but I just couldn't. I could never fit this trim little body into that big old tent of a dress they're gonna have to make for you. What are you doing, Rose?
I'm wrapping Miles' birthday present. I got him a golf club. But don't tell him, it's a surprise.
Rose, honey, you've got to use some imagination. Now, I know what men like for their birthdays. They like a surprise that makes their love.
Read this.
It's just a hell of a book. Ma, I don't know how much more of Magda I can stand.
We're so close to the Bermuda Triangle, it'd be a shame for her not to see it.
You know, you really can't blame Magda. It's all this communist ideology that's...
You know, if all goes well with this here interview, you can start packing right away.
Oh, you know, I don't think I'd bother Rose with an old interview. You know, you just embarrass her. She's so modest.
I'm sorry, but the rules state we must conduct face-to-face interviews with other candidates.
Here we are.
People don't have dandruff. God figures they've been through enough already.
Hello, you must be Michael's mother.
And you must be Lorraine's mother. We weren't expecting you until tomorrow.
Bluff.
That was no bluff. I meant every word of it. I would love to have a chance to raise David. I might make up for the mess I made with Janet. I still wish you'd let us drive you to the airport.
Oh, my cab's already here.
With a man without benefit of room service.
Being with a man is not the same thing as living with a man.
You're right, Blanche. Living with a man eliminates the need for an overnight bag and a stop at the drugstore.
And the need for...
At the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead, or a mutant, or an insurance salesman. Now, that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
Said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, let's face it, girls. We have no idea which one of us Laszlo wants to use.
Well, I think it's obvious, Dorothy. The man is an artist. He has taste. He cannot help but pick the woman with the most grace, the most style, the most femininity. Oh, my God, what's happened? Is he all right?
He'll be okay. I just hate seeing him like this.
Oh, are you a relative?
I'm his wife.
His wife? He told...
I'm busy.
What are you doing?
It's Tuesday night. I'm cleaning out my purse.
Did all that stuff come out of your purse?
No, I was also cleaning out my ears. That's where the phenomen in the rain bonnet came from.
Sophia, why are you in such a bad mood?
Figure
They're gifts?
Oh, by the way, I want to thank you for not saying I told you so.
When you're as right as I am, you don't have to say it.
Well, I finished unpacking. It's hard to get a life full of fun into a substitute teacher.
Know that? Everything could turn out fine.
Can I get you something before we go? Coffee? Tea? A dairy product.
Cheese would be nice. Tends to calm my nerves.
Thank you, sweet Jesus. It's a miracle. Means it in the biblical sense.
I will not listen to this. Coffee, Spencer. Your bingo game's over already?
It wasn't a game. It was a travesty. They call 4 lousy numbers and boom, Gloria Rossi's a winner.
Missed her so much, she's always been my favorite.
I tell you, it sure makes me appreciate the special relationship I have with my daughter. Pussycat,
Yes, Ma.
dial your sister for me. I never remember the area code.
It was an enchanting evening.
Enchanted evening. That was the theme of that prom that we never got to.
A little more romantic than the theme they had tonight.
Wear a condom is more than a prom theme. It's sort of become the school slogan.
It's catchy.
Oh, I wish staff...
Time?
You mean, our date is over?
Well, we went to dinner and a movie. What's left?
I never know.
I'm sorry. I'm just not ready yet. You understand?
Of course, as long as that's my only choice.
I've had a life all...
I mean, after she left, the town didn't have a professional beautician for years. Women started giving each other home perms. Pretty soon, everybody looked like Art Garfunkel. Husbands stopped sleeping with their wives. The population started to go down.
Letting go when Grammy died. The family had to sell Grandview, and it got turned into an old bed and breakfast. But at least I could visit.
And have breakfast.
Thank you, Sophia.
Pancakes by the looks of it.
Thank you, Sophia.
Honey, you know, we'd go with you if it would help, but...
Good, then I'm dressed for it.
Blanche is upset.
Well, you would be, too, if your daughter... Oh, I can't even say it.
What could have happened? The two of you were getting so close.
My little girl is going to have a baby by artificial insemination.
It sounds so natural, doesn't it?
Well, then I guess till next Tuesday, we are Kid Pepe's managers.
What happens after Tuesday?
We take our winnings and buy a heavyweight. Okay, a middleweight and a microwave.
Ma, forget it. This insanity...
I cannot accept this ring.
Because you loved him so much you didn't want to stand in the way of his career.
No, because it was a piece of cheap glass and the band was turning my finger green.
Well, no matter what your reasons were, you obviously made the right decision. He probably went on to a very successful career.
Our second contestant is an artist with an incredible body. She runs her own museum, speaks Chinese, and hopes to sail around the world before she turns 40. Wow, that must be a typo.
So, are you two an item or what?
No. No, we decided it was best if we didn't see each other.
Are you sure, Dorothy? In your heart of hearts, are you positive you made the right decision?
Yes, Ma.
Fine, then I want you to meet someone. Dr. Tansy? This is my daughter.
What about what you said last night?
If you had let me finish my thought, Colonel Gaddafi, you might have understood. I said I thought this kind of relationship was wrong for you.
Well, it's not.
Dorothy, I'm your mother. I know you. You're a loving and sensitive person. But this isn't going to be enough someday. You'll be... I got bad news for you, Pussycat. You are. I made up your IQ.
I wasn't the brightest kid in Brooklyn?
So I lied. Did it help you get along with your honors class?
Yes, but... Ma, you lied to me.
Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny. I've been messing with your head for almost 60 years.
It's beautiful. I never saw a more perfect piece of fruit.
No? Then try kissing my behind. It's a real peach.
Sophia, you are destroying the family. You are destroying the family, and I'm going to be all alone.
I'll make her a cup of tea and calm her down.
I'd better go talk to her.
Dorothy, wait.
No, this has gone too far.
I realize that. You just can't flat out tell her. If she realizes this was a joke, you know, Blanche. It'll do more harm than good.
Wait in the kitchen with the kid.
Oh, I'll get it.
Freeze! Don't go near that door. Give me that thing. Hello, Frank, darling. How do I look?
It's all wrong, Blanche. The baby doesn't...
Not a sound.
Well, it never seemed to warrant one.
Yeah. Do you talk?
I've always wanted to, but at that point, it seems that nobody is ever interested in conversation.
Not conversation. I mean, dirty talk. We're talking about the sacred institution of marriage here. Are you willing to sacrifice the happiness of these two kids for the almighty dollar?
Yes.
I just want to be sure we were in agreement. Ramon, I'm going to put Priscilla on now.
Chip in and get Rose a CAT scan.
Rose, is there a point to your story?
Well, of course there's a point to it. Mrs. Gunderson was a really sweet woman, but she just couldn't do the job anymore.
Then it's settled. We fire Marguerite.
Oh, but couldn't we wait just a few more days?
He took off the goofy head.
He took off the goofy head. See? That's not so bad.
Always had this trouble ever since high school. I was the head cheerleader, and I was dating our star quarterback, Caldwell Honeycutt. Well, time came to break up, and I just could not tell Caldwell to his face. I couldn't bear to inflict that much grief and suffering on one man. So I finally decided that the
to be complete, each person has to accept the other for what he is. I don't think that can ever happen between us.
Jonathan, you're wrong. I can accept you. I've had time to think this thing through, and I can honestly say it doesn't bother me that you're small.
Oh, it's lovely.
I see. Have you ever been to Europe?
No, but it's always been a dream of mine.
Interesting. How many fingers am I holding up?
2?
Fine. You can go back in the living room now.
Blanche, you can't take all that luggage.
Well, Dorothy, I may run into a celebrity while I'm sunbathing on the beach. I only packed what I need to make me look my most devastating.
And I hope you packed a tight butt.
Oh, yes. Now, whose cab is this? Is this yours or mine?
Rose.
Right, I better change.
So, Ted, what brings you to Miami?
Oh, I'll grab any chance I can to spend some time with the greatest guy in the world.
My kid brother still looks up to me.
As well he should, after all.
I mean, she's something of a dog, but she'll do it with anybody.
I was talking about me.
Oh, yeah, you will too.
Rose, I won't go all the way. I'll just get him in the bedroom and put him through the normal warm-ups. And we'll have...
Okay. What about Dreyfus?
The other day I thought he was lost, so I got a second dog, and then the first one came back.
Sophia, are you kidding me?
Come see for yourself.
Wow, 2 Dreyfuses.
No, 1 Dreyfus.
I'm not Charlie. I'm Arnie Peterson from Plainfield, New Jersey. If you like me, it's for who I am, not for who I remind you.
I do like you, Arnie Peterson.
I like you too, Rose Nyland.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna get frozen. I read a magazine article on cryogenics. I mean, they freeze you, and then when they find a cure for what you've got, they bring you back to life.
Rose, there is no proof of that working.
Oh, they've had great success with the Arctic beetle.
You have nothing in common.
Dreams of you that won't come true. What'll I do?
Try to adapt to it. Rest when you need to, eat well, eliminate stress if you can. Right now, there is no cure and no one thing that relieves symptoms in everyone. Right now, I'm afraid you'll just have to live with it.
Oh, why didn't they tell me, all those doctors I saw?
I'm sure some of them weren't familiar with it. And the ones who have heard about it sometimes have...
It's better than I do. If you think they're the kind of people who can handle it, I'd prefer to tell them.
Here we are, ice cream clowns with sugar cone hats for everybody.
It'll be our little secret.
Hi, you must be Jean. I'm Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose.
Ice cream clown.
One way out, Blanche, and I don't think you can hold your breath long enough.
You're just making a mountain out of a molehill.
5 years of molehills. They add up.
Well, I didn't know Doug meant this much to you.
I'm not talking about Doug. This is about you. She asked me for another chance. I gave it to her. I trusted her. And you're talking about his wife. So, did you bring the bimbo?
Chrissy's back in Maui. I just came to sell a piece of property that Dorothy and I bought when we were in Miami on our honeymoon. Just sign on the last page.
Read it first. The last time he had you sign something, I ended up in a home.
Nobody believes me. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm really crazy.
Oh, Dorothy, you are not crazy. I mean, you are absolutely not crazy. I've seen the way you walk. I've seen how wiped out you get. You're not crazy, honey.
He tries to stand up.
Gee, it's a shame that he has to go back to Sicily so soon. It would have been nice if the two of you had more time together.
I'm glad you said that because he wants me to go back with him.
What?
Not for good, just for the San Gennaro Festival. That's where we met.
Is there a problem?
You're supposed to take off your socks before you step on the grapes. Taste this.
Oh, dear. Ladies, I'm terribly sorry. I'll get you a new bottle.
No, it lingers on the palate.
We're everywhere. You go on in 2 minutes, only one of your acts has shown up, and you got 8 hours to fill. What are you going to do?
Well, let me tell you something, mister. It doesn't matter how many of our acts have shown up. It doesn't matter how many hours of airtime we have to fill. There is only one thing that matters here. The indomitable devotion that Rose and I have in our hearts for that windmill.
Get out. What about them?
Leave it to a pro. Runaway wheelchair! Runaway wheelchair! Wait a minute! I'd been longing to see for months.
The Statue of Liberty.
No, my mother! That's how dense the fog was. But beyond her was the Statue of Liberty. I remember the first words I shouted out. There she is, Lady Liberty. I also remember the second words I shouted out.
Caller in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, he's not a gentleman caller. He's a veterinarian. He was here to see Baby.
Oh. How is Baby, Doc?
I read in Newsweek they ran him out of Haiti.
How is Baby?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I don't think he has much time left.
Time?
You mean, our date is over?
Well, we went to dinner and a movie. What's left?
I never know.
I'm sorry. I'm just not ready yet. You understand?
Of course, as long as that's my only choice.
I've had a life all...
Dorothy, if we were both 25, I could wait, but I need someone in my life now.
Are you sure that you want to marry me, or are you just afraid to be alone?
Who wants to be alone?
Nobody. I don't. But if you're marrying me because I happen to be...
Not half as disappointed as I am. I admit at times your stories about being a big shot gangster seemed colorful to me. But I figured you weren't that guy anymore. And if you are, you're not for me.
Wish you'd have told me that before.
In a hospital, naked under a sheet with strange men inspecting my body with cold metal instruments. Which reminds me, has that Tyler returned my call?
Come on, Blanche, we need to rehearse some more. Will you help us, Dorothy?
Oh, all right.
Maybe we can find an old rug to sharpen our claws on.
Yeah, how about the one on Stanley's head?
Hiding. That's when Buzz came along. He was St. Olaf's hippest cat. A musician, you know the type. He once put a whole box of chiclets in his mouth on a dare. Cool. Well,
Good morning, ladies, and welcome to our show. I'm Guy Corbin, and this morning I've arranged something especially for you. Fresh ground coffee and prune Danish. Tiffany, why don't you tell them all about it right now?
Got it. So I followed them all through the store and I wrote down everything they bought.
Why?
For evidence, silly.
Rose, they steal jewels, not Gino's pizza rolls.
Ladies, listen to me now. I know it seems like we're all in this together, but those people are dangerous. Please leave the police work to us.
A little of that goes a very long way.
Blanche, I'm having second thoughts about spending another evening with Barbara Thorndike.
Oh, I don't think it'll hurt to give her another chance.
With there?
Oh, I happen to know he didn't.
How?
Bridget isn't his type.
Of course she isn't. She's too good for him.
How about a nice glass of lemonade?
Not now. What do you mean she is too good for him?
Well, he doesn't even have a job.
Well, neither does Henry Kissinger, really, but he's still very highly regarded.
Like someone walking slowly up creaking stairs.
We don't have stairs.
I know. How strange is that? What are you doing?
Well, I thought I heard a prowler outside.
Oh, my God, Dorothy, why didn't you call the police?
Oh, no. It turned out it was a neighbor's cat trying to mate with our plastic flamingo.
Soul, but you people don't. That's a beautiful thing. You also have the most gorgeous hair in the world. Even when it's humid.
Well, please, let Dr. Chang read.
It's okay, Mrs. Zabornak. I'm finished. You've seen some wonderful doctors, but I really can't agree with their...
Blanche, what happened with Jerry?
He said he wants...
Well, mercy me. Looks like my little magnolia just turned into a big hoe. Just like home.
Oh, hi, Ma.
Oh, here, Dorothy. I want to know what you think of my pasta pesto. It's for the Boscos. They'll be here any minute.
Ma, this is...
Sail around the world. That'll be the day. In fact, there's a line waiting around the block. We'll have to install one of those ticket machines like they have at the bakery. Around the world, yeah.
I get the picture, Ma.
I'm afraid I'm responsible for making Al do something.
People, we are talking about one man who is probably sleeping.
You don't think I can recognize death? I lived in a retirement home. Death visited more often than children. Rose, go on.
Well, I can't.
Why?
I'm afraid. You go.
Oh, no, I can't go in there. I have a thing thus affording the listener the opportunity to glean from it whatever he may. Besides, I just hate it when I'm left out of the conversation.
Hello? Yes, it is. No, he isn't. What?
Hit it! Isn't she incredible? What do you say, girls? Can she stay?
I guess so. All right.
Oh, thank you.
But just be sure and keep her in her cage.
Oh, maybe I can convince the Count to get...
Oh, Ma, that's disgusting.
I took you to the hospital. It's not a big leap.
Miss Denvero? You forgot to fill out the name of the father.
I was artificially inseminated.
It was the father's last wish. That and that people should be able to visit Grace Lane.
Rose.
Huh?
Rose, I'd like to have a few words with you alone. I'm sure Buzz won't mind.
I'll wait out on the lanai. Pumpkin.
So?
That? Oh, honey, if Rose needs physical therapy, we'll just simply see that she gets it. Hell, that's why houses have mortgages.
You'd do that for her?
Of course.
Honey, we made a pact a few years ago that if anything happened to any one of us, the other three would take care of her. Sort of an extra insurance policy.
There might be a waterfall in that rock formation. You were right. There is a waterfall, and it empties into a pool in the lobby of the Hyatt Regency.
We never left the island. We just got shipwrecked on the good side.
Our new hotel's a half a mile in this direction. Come on, we reserved your room.
Okay.
Rick, put out the fire.
Anyway, we were just a few miles out of town.
You know, I am a little tired. I think I will lie down. I'm tired myself.
Me too.
I'm exhausted.
Fine, but I'm warning you all right now. I'm telling the rest of that story as soon as you get up.
This is Sophia. Oh, we've just been so anxious to meet you.
Yeah, I'll believe that if you believe the Bahamas story.
You don't believe it. I went to the Bahamas once.
Oh, yeah? Was it on the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
It was a DC-10. I don't think it had a name.
I think he's been very unfair. We really ought to all stop going, then he'd have no sculpture.
It would serve him right.
Yes, it would.
Well, all right then, girls. Let's make a pact. None of us will go back. And we'll seal it by both of you giving me your keys, and I'll keep all three of them safe in my hope chest.
Yeah, and how do we know that you and your hope chest won't...
Miles. Oh, that'd be great. Dorothy Zbornak.
Fine. We'll call you, and you'll be seeing a counselor and then the doctor. Meanwhile, just take a seat, Ms.
Zbornak.
But did you see them? Some of those people stayed in front of that TV for 8 straight hours. Of course, throw in a bag of cheese corn I just described your Saturday nights.
Ma, Mr. Porter had them resting, which is something you might want to try.
Confided in each other. If I betrayed that trust, she'd never forgive me. I'd never forgive myself.
Well, then I think you should talk to her as soon as she gets back.
Well, I think you're right. I do need to try and straighten this out. I don't know what to say to her.
I used to know a girl like that in Sicily. She slept with every Tom, Dick, and Vito in our village.
Me?
Big deal. More people get to kiss you than the Pope's ring.
You have to go in there and talk to her.
I will. It's just that I'm not very good at it. I was only blessed with one talent, turning men on.
Hey, come on! Don't rush me. It's gonna take as long as it's gonna take.
I don't believe this. There's a man in our bathroom.
Dorothy, relax. Let me handle this. Hello there. Excuse me, sir. Are you married?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm not.
And the girls.
We heard what you were telling them, Blanche, and I am truly sorry you feel that way.
Will you tell me why you want to put yourself and Doug through this? You know how people can be.
And if my own sister can't accept our relationship, what chance would I have with anyone else, right?
Right. No. No, what I mean...
We get what you mean. Blanche, we don't have to worry about what the world...
To a woman who said she just won the Ironman triathlon.
I don't remember this guy calling.
How could you not remember? I told you I couldn't pick up Emily because my wife just had triplets.
Triplets? I thought you said your wife had gimlets. I figure if she wants to drink, it's her own business.
And suddenly she'll turn to me and say, "Why are you staring at me? I've been wanting to pick my nose for the past half
Well, Dorothy, I live by one simple rule. Share your love with people today, because they may be gone something stupid or cooking something stupid.
Rose, what do you think of Blanche saying these things?
I think she's a girl karma knocking.
Well, what exactly does that mean?
Literally, it's the precise moment when Dog Dude turns white.
And the others were good, too. My friends and I all liked it.
See, Dorothy, I knew my ending wouldn't hurt the play.
Oh, no, the show is a big success. In fact, the library's been busier than ever. Now, the kids are really getting excited about reading. Where's Blanche? She should see this review. That's when Stan did his walrus imitation with the straws up his nose.
Sure have come a long way since then.
Yeah, now Stan uses breadsticks.
I had quite a crush on you.
You did?
Sure did. And that's why I'm glad we're here together tonight. I know it may...
Ma, are you in there?
You know, this is the first time in years I felt like the real me.
Nice.
I'm working off all my excess sexual energy.
Why don't we just hook you up to the toaster and make Pop-Tarts?
Don't make fun, Dorothy. This is the 5th Friday night in a row I haven't had a date.
Honey, you're just in a little slump.
Is that what this is? I've never been in one before.
Don't talk for the rest of the afternoon. Ma, perfectly normal people see psychiatrists. It's like talking to an old, knowledgeable, good friend.
Well, if that was the case, Dorothy, they wouldn't call them psychiatrists. They'd call them friends.
Girls, we don't want to be over-eager.
No, let's be very cool and laid back. We don't want to do anything to heat up the bidding.
Who will open the bidding at 5,000?
5,000. One of us at a time.
I have 5,000. Do I have 6,000? 6. Who'll give me...
Oh, Rose, Wait a minute. I won't have to wear horns or one of those metal brassieres, Rose.
Oh, no, Dorothy. I'm the one that's getting married.
Then I'd love to.
A blessing for the couple.
You invited a rabbi to a moonlight madness party?
And risk this a longer trip to see the both of you so much in love. Now, what were you saying?
Uncle Angelo, I wanted to say... Oh, don't just stand there, Papa Bear. Come give Mama Bear a big bear hug.
I am the smartest woman in the whole world.
And I am the pygmy queen.
No, wait a minute. Blanche, what would you say if I got a permit that would let you have as many people stay here as you want?
What? Oh, that's terrific. Rose, this says I'm going to turn...
Actually, I spoke with the demolitions guy. BH stands for blast here.
Okay, boys, upstairs we go.
Wait a minute, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Now, look, I'm a patient man, but your friend is trespassing, and I'm having her hauled out of here.
Let's go, boys.
You hold it.
Video recorder?
I bought you a video recorder.
2 video recorders? Wow, this is going to be the best Christmas ever.
Ma, how did you think I was going to pay for all this?
On time. Loosen up the mousetrap a little. It's Christmas.
You see what this holiday has become?
My heart! My heart! Everything has gone black. I'm coming to you, Sally.
Ma! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Hang on, Ma! Oh, please! Please hang on!
All right, but you have to do me a favor.
To the moon, Ma! If you wanted a favor, you could just ask.
There are only 2 things I look forward to eat.
Boy, there is nothing more frustrating than waiting for one of these suckers to rise, and it just won't. That's no reflection on you.
I know why you...
Can I have food now?
Ma, you know that I'm not giving you food because you're not supposed to eat or drink anything the day of an operation.
I'm not going to any hospital.
Sophia, I'm working on the admitting desk. Does that make it less scary?
Oh, sure. In that...
The practice.
Hey, Dorothy, if you're so sure of yourself, how about a little side bet?
Oh? What'd you have in mind?
If I win, you lend me the money to fly to Sicily with Augie.
No. All right, fine. But if I win, there was nothing else to do. It was either that or watch Three Amigos with a headset.
Well, I am going to forget all about this while soaking in a nice warm tub.
Me too.
Rose, we only have one tub.
I get the deep end.
Run, get us the number. Go on.
Why, hello there, Blanche.
Well, Dorothy, Russ, hi. What are y'all doing here?
Russell and I just entered the dance marathon.
Really? So did I.
Yes. It's for charity. Those are Malamars, Rose.
Dorothy, I want you to have a copy of my latest novel.
Scarlet Dawn at Boca Raton.
Read the inscription.
To Dorothy's Bornak. Don't be too tough on her. I mean, look how great you turned out.
Merci.
Isaac, would you get us some champagne?
Is that the stuff that's in the bottle or in the bowl? Well, never mind. I'll figure it out.
Listen, Rose, we have to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, too. Isaac is the shyest man I've ever met. He won't even...
Fire.
They loved her ideas. They said I should use them. I said no. They said you're fired.
Look, it was never my intention for anything like this to happen. I'll go down first thing in the morning and talk to him.
Come on, honey, sit down. Now, don't worry. If Dorothy says she'll get your job back, that's exactly what she's going to do.
Well, I guess it's worth a shot.
Every time the teacher turned her back, little Debbie Tans did something she shouldn't. Of course, her mother was the same way every time her father turned his back. The woman was a real tramp.
Yeah. But you digress.
Right. So there's Debbie putting gum in your hair, hiding your lunch, stealing your...
I would just be happier checking you into a hospital where I don't happen to be very popular with the staff.
And that means more to you than being there at the most important moment of my life.
Oh, Blanche, there are so many hospitals in Miami. Maybe you can find one where you haven't volunteered?
Cup of tea.
Oh, sure, Stanley. Anything you want, sweetheart.
Dorothy, come on, you have to start being nice to her. Otherwise, she's not going to give us that money.
Look, you ask her for it. She wouldn't refuse you.
You've got to do it, Dorothy. It would break Mama's heart if she knew I was a failure. To her, I have the business sense of a Rockefeller, the looks of a Gary Cooper.
Now remember, girls, as far as anybody else here is concerned, Jasper DeKimmel is in perfect health.
Right. I'm surprised Jasper's not here tonight. He never misses one of these auctions.
Well, it's not because he's dying.
Got a deal. 60. Oh, good news, Dorothy. I got your date for the banquet.
Ma, I'll get my own date.
Fine. Pay 100.
Here, help me finish these invitations.
Hi, girls. Boy, am I stuffed. I must have sampled food from over 10 caterers.
Did you find one for the bank?
Some Oreos. Oh, yeah, and a ho-ho chopped up in a bowl of fruit cocktail with heavy syrup.
Couldn't sleep? I'm surprised you didn't try to kill the mayor of San Francisco.
Good morning, girls. Boy, do I feel
just like home. Oh, hi, Ma. Oh, here, Dorothy. I want to know what you think of my pasta pesto. It's for the Boscos. They'll be here any minute.
Ma, this is...
And I'm afraid if we make love, I'll kill you.
If you haven't made love in 15 years, that's a possibility. Rose, don't worry about it. Listen, I had to check up a couple of...
Our research shows the Japanese actually hate rice. But what they hate more is burning their fingers on baked potatoes. Anyway, Dorothy, a major Japanese distributor is arriving next week. Sborn Co. is throwing a big reception for him. I need a date. I want you to go with me.
I'm sorry, Stan. There are other vegetables I'd rather...
Well, period. Some things never change. I'm going to go through with it.
Well, good for you. Yeah. And thank you for listening.
Oh, Victor, come on. Let's get a table. There's something I have to tell you.
1908. No, that's not it. But if you ever need a story about jealousy, this one's a pip.
Ma, just go to sleep.
No, I remember. Havana, 1957. No, I was never in Havana.
Ma.
I meant Brooklyn.
Oh, I wanted to show Sven as many of the sights as possible today.
Did you get a picture of him with that Mr. Whipple cut out at the A&P?
We just stopped to pick up breakfast before we started off on our big day.
Will you ladies join us?
What are you making?
Linderhoven.
What's that?
Oatmeal. It's usually served with a cracker made from yakintest.
I'd rather date you, lady.
Sweet Jesus, I've just done the impossible. I converted one.
Well, you don't love a little girl for 10 years and then just walk out of her life. I'll face it, you didn't care.
Did you or did you not wear your very first formal, white with pink trim, to the junior prom? And did you not come home wearing a football jersey?
Think about it, Blanche.
Oh, damn, I don't want that to happen.
Then I suggest you apologize.
I know Rebecca is a grown woman, but to me, she's still just a little girl. Now, how do you say I'm sorry to your own child? Especially after all...
Hi. Ready to go?
Soon as Rose lends me some gloves.
They're in the bottom drawer on the left, under my clarinet.
Be right back. I want you to be disappointed if the new tenants don't let us in.
Buenos dias.
Oh, God.
I'm Dorothy Zbornak. This is my mother, Mrs. Petrillo.
I cannot afford any useless permits. Now, if he insists I have to have him, it's going to be on your head, period.
Well, I can't believe she said that. Exclamation point.
Well, who's to say? Question mark. New paragraph. What the hell am I saying? Rose.
Work so hard to make it every day. And it's hard to say just how some things never change. And it's hard to find any strength to draw the line. Oh, I'm just burning doing it. Try them. I'm just burning doing it.
Help to see his wife. I just loved her, and Father knows best.
Sophia, you're a little confused, honey. That was Jane Wyatt. The president was married to Jane Wyman.
That old crow from Falcon Crest?
Well, it doesn't matter. They're not married anymore. Now he's married to Nancy Davis. From all of...
Babes. Chickens. More babes. Chicken babes. And finally, baby chickens. Rose, you're the returning champion, and that means you make the first selection. Off you go.
Well, Alex, as you know, I was raised in a rural...
Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas.
I just never thought there'd be children.
I know. And what is Santa Claus doing here?
Oh, they paid these poor out-of-work guys $10-15 to stand on street corners ringing their bells for charitable contributions.
It's more fun. It's like with Santa Claus. The best Christmas we ever had was when all 8 of my brothers and sisters, from Lily to Michael, all still believed. That must be 10 years ago now.
Anyway, I'm on a tour of the great caper factories of Sardinia. I was a kooky kid going through my piccata period. A wedge of lemon and a smart answer for everything. Anyway, I was slicing an onion.
Really?
Yes.
Like what?
Like Spanish fly.
Spanish flies?
Fly, Rose, one fly.
Oh, come on, Dorothy. I've been to Spain. It's not the cleanest country in the world. They've got thousands of flies. Valencia alone.
It is not a fly, Rose.
Spanish fly is not a...
Make that 2 hours.
Wow. Happy birthday, Ma.
Actually, we never got to the party at all.
Everybody.
Miles?
No, make up a detective name.
No, Miles, there is a detective in the bushes. Come on out, right now.
I'm not really supposed to let you see me. It's like a rule.
Out. I'm sorry for crying. Me too.
But how can you thank someone who's taken you from crayons to perfume?
Football.
Actually, he was so crushed by my rejection that he gave up football and turned gay.
Blanche, you don't turn gay. You're either gay or you're not. You had nothing to do with it.
Dorothy, if he had been gay before, he would have had better taste in jewelry.
Honey, I don't think there's enough sugar left in the bowl.
Angela, that was the best meal I've ever had in my life.
Well, how good could it have been? You left half of it.
I ate every bite.
Well, there's some sauce left. If you really liked it, you take a hunk of that bread and sop it all up. You can afford it.
Oh, no, I can't.
Raising a household. It's for my mother. I don't want to give her any ideas.
You're a sports agent? Hey, I bet we know some of the same people. I was one of the first women ever allowed in the Miami Dolphins locker room.
Reporter?
Photographer.
I don't understand. There must be some mistake, I'm sure.
Wait, pilgrims are going to be showing up to kiss Dorothy's luncheon meat.
Ma, I know it doesn't mean much to you, but I acted positively and things are improving in my life. I don't know, now I feel that I have the power to make anything happen.
Boy, is it beautiful out there today.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord. So long since I've been dipped. I can't even remember which end of a geflufen is up.
Sauce.
Ah, my old kitchen.
Yeah, and there are the pot holders Grandma made, your pasta maker. Ah, the pantry. Remember what Pop kept behind the pantry door?
Yeah, he carved a giant heart that said, Sal loves Sophia.
No, Ma, it was our height measurements. He kept track of them on the back.
Passion beyond your wildest dreams.
Dorothy, it's over between us.
Blanche!
Dorothy, now don't try to stop me. Don't you see I have to try this?
I hear his voice like he was standing next to me. Sophia, take a chance. Go for it. I didn't mean to hurt you, pussycat. I guess I did it for your father.
Oh, Ma. That's a load of crap.
I gotta tell you, that does make me feel better. What else have you got in there?
Oh.
Wait, what am I doing? I can't play nursing. I'm supposed to have whiplash.
Honey, if we can't be together pretty soon, I'm going to have to go with somebody else, you know, because I haven't been with a man since my husband died 9 years ago, and I'm just about ready to explode. No.
Heart attack at his age. Now, I spoke to him just a couple of weeks ago. He was fine. Oh, he said he'd put on some weight, but to die trying on knockoffs that big gals pay less. It's just all...
Do it with a Southern accent? Of course I want you to do it with a Southern accent. I said, oh, thank God, because I don't really know how to play it without a Southern accent.
So you
and
played
even a phone...
May Southwest.
I really don't think I need to go up there. I could see it was a goner when I drove up.
Oh, Sid, well, can't you patch it up or something?
Well, yeah, I could patch it up for you, but that won't stop more leaks when it rains again.
What are you trying to say, Sid?
You couldn't follow that?
She has trouble following Murder, She Wrote.
Why, look.
Ma, what were you doing in my bathroom for 2 hours?
The hokey pokey. What do you think I was doing?
Why were you using my bathroom?
There's something wrong.
You should go and stick to your guns.
Right. I've made my decision. I'm going to stand by it. No matter what happens, I'm not going to turn back. I forgot my raincoat. Silly.
Now what'd you forget?
I forgot a key.
And I'm not saying this because she is my daughter, but she was the best Abraham Lincoln the third grade ever saw. No, when she freed the second grade, there was not a dry eye in the house.
Somehow I just can't picture Kate as Abraham Lincoln.
Now, Stan, do me a favor. Take off your hair and hold it up to... Don't listen to her, Blanche.
You grow a beard, Dorothy. Believe me, I woke up one morning, I looked like Arafat.
Oh, my God.
I never grew a beard. You never grew brains, either.
Well, I'll tell you...
Don't let him see me in the same dress.
Ma, you're not going anywhere until the doctor comes.
Sophia, you can't go anywhere now. I want you to see how good I look in my new dress.
You know something? We are really lucky that we found a doctor who makes house calls.
I know. When I was growing up in Minnesota, the doctor made house calls all the time. And Blanche, this is...
Oh, but you don't have to tell me. From the Gulf Coast to the Atlantic, from the Keys to the Okefenokee. With the 11 o'clock news, this is Jerry Kennedy.
Well, I'm flattered.
From the pit of my stomach to the porcelain of the bowl.
Yeah! I ate a tuna sandwich on that plate this afternoon.
Stan, I'm never going to forgive you for this. My niece is getting married in the spring. What's her husband going to do?
I bet a gravy boat would work in a pig. Today's my birthday.
Today's your birthday, Blanche? Today? Dorothy, did you hear that? Today's Blanche's birthday.
And I hate birthdays.
And she hates birthdays.
Only thing I hate worse than birthdays is surprise birthday parties. What did I get when I walked into work today? A surprise birthday party. Oh, I was so upset I almost threw up.
Trouble, mister. I got a better case than Valerie Harper.
Excuse me, ladies, pardon me. Is there a problem here?
Only if you consider a class action suit and a boycott by OREP a problem.
I thought it was NOPRO.
This is too big for NOPRO. This is all the way up to OREP.
OREP?
Organization of Retired and Elderly People.
Girls, come look at the tree. Oh, isn't it breathtaking?
Oh, it sure is.
And now it's always going to be there.
And all because of Mrs. Claxton.
Yeah, you know, I guess you were right all along, Rose. Mrs. Claxton did have a reason for being here.
You know that.
That's it. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back from the ball and her 3 wicked roommates are jealous.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about like a baby.
me tingling. When's it gonna hit me?
Oh, I just had a terrible thought. What if, in some weird way, all this was true and Ma went to jail? Oh, my God. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I forgot it was a full moon.
Are Michael and Lorraine here yet, Dorothy?
No, but they should be any minute.
You seem a little nervous.
Oh, I am.
Are you nervous because you haven't met Michael's feet?
The pills myself, but I want you to be there and hold my hand.
You're right. I don't understand. I'd do anything to stay alive. If my heart stopped beating, I'd want every doctor in town jumping up and down on my chest.
You say that now, but I don't have the courage to die by inches. I'm going to do it whether you...
Why, she didn't hear what he said and she was this upset. Can you imagine if...
Shut up, Rose. David, why would you say a thing like that?
My mother passed away recently, and I found out that for years she had been receiving child support checks from a trust fund in Miami. Well, I was...
Seemed to go against everything she'd been taught.
You're doing beautifully, Rose.
He begged, and by her coffee break, she couldn't stand it anymore. So she pulled the plug, and he died. Well, she was racked with guilt that night. Not only had she parked her car in a doctor's spot.
Sweetheart, this Friday I can choose between rubbing elbows with Norman Mailer or doing the hokey pokey in a horse costume with your behind in my face.
Well, which is it going to be?
Rose so long at that job interview.
I mean, if she's taking this long, that's a good sign, isn't it? I mean, how long does it take to say no?
What are you asking her for? She never said no in her life.
You know, just to be on the safe side, when she gets home, we shouldn't ask her what happened. We should just keep the conversation in a...
Listening to my yodeling tapes. When the driver behind me starts furiously honking his horn, I decide to be a lady and let him pass. And what does he do? Pulls alongside, shouts obscenities that would make Joan Rivers blush, then speeds off down the street.
Who cares, Rose? I got my own problems.
She'll do a fine job.
No, Rose, you don't understand. She only thinks that she has a job. I worked it out with the owner, Mr. Porter. This flu has really knocked her for a loop, and her doctor says she has to rest for at least 3 weeks. I've been working so much, I figured this is the only way I can get someone to keep an eye on her during the day.
Dorothy, that's dishonest.